6. Remind yourself how easy this is. When you look at your mini tasks and feel resistance, you're probably not thinking about how easy it is. When I was a month into my mini habit, I felt a strong resistance to reading my 2 pages late one night. I was thinking of how much I had read the day before and assumed that I need to replicate that. I had to remind myself that the requirement was still just 2 pages. Another interesting and encouraging anecdote in favor of mini habit is related to Alan Carr book titled The Easy Way to Quit Smoking. Carr's book has produced greater than expected results for helping people quit smoking. And do you know what the basic technique is? Do you know what the difference between Carr's book and most other quit smoking strategies is? Rick Paulus discussed the surprising success in his article about the book. What most shocking about the book content is perhaps what missing there is no states about the lung cancer, heart attack, or strokes, no scare tactics like what the social pranksters at the truth.com devil in no whale threats to the state of your sex life by forcing or bad breath and stained teeth. The health scares make it harder to stop right scares and are obviously ineffective. Paul has mentioned how the book repeats quieting is easy, quieting is easy, quieting is easy. It's very repetitive. Say Hopkins smokers, and I was aware of that while reading. Like, is this some hypnosis? Hypnosis things. Car 5 hours seminar based on the book has a 53% success rate, and that absolutely blew other methods out of the water. Other methods have a rough 10 to 20% success rate. It's surprising because it's just information, it isn't hands on. It's not a patch that delivers nicotine to the blood streams and the secret, the key ingredient, the magic. He gets smokers to believe consciously and subconsciously that quitting smoking is easy. When you believe, as many do, that quitting smoking is so hard, doesn't it make sense that maybe your own mind is making it difficult? Many habits make you believe that adding healthy behavior is easy. Even if you are skeptical now, you will have no choice but to believe when it starts happening. Forget failure to get motivated. Forget epic willpower battles. The bar is so low here that it's possible to never lose. And when you never lose, you tend to win over time. Your subconscious mind will change, and it gets easier to change your behavior from there. And let me ask you, why were these and other healthy behaviors ever difficult in the first place? What's challenging about typing words? What's so tough about moving your body? What's the big deal with sitting still or still for an hour to comprehend text? The reason these become such a giant challenges in our life is because we were indoctrinated into a motivation based society that say you have to get pumped up to live your dreams or do your laundry. Your brain have been trained incorrectly with social norms, limiting beliefs, and overwhelming goals. The typical person's subconscious mind is completely feral, dominating the prefrontal cortex because people run out of energy trying to change their poorly calibrated brain all at once. Many habits are the way for you to change. No, you know what? It's not hard to exercise. It's easy. I'm going to drop and do a single push up right now, and that's really, really easy. It's so easy. I can do it every single day, and I will. And then you will be in the push up position, having started and realize that it's also easy to do one more push-ups, and that it's relatively easy to do several more after that, and by the time you will be inspired to continue because your existing desire to exercise in life will connect with the relax realization that you can actually do this. I'm excited for you. You're going to realize that easy and hard are relative. Why else would some people struggle to get out of the bed and run around the block while others run 100 miles races? It's a difference of the mind using most of the strategies available to you today. You are going to struggle mightily to change your brain. You will all because on motivation you are telling you that you can't give in when it's get tough, but that kind of cheap inspiration isn't going to last. Many habits are designed to change your brain and your life from the inside out. Your mini requirement because a recurring spark inside of you that will refuse to die out, that is inspiring. You will be in week 3 and realize, whoa, I'm still doing this. In week 6, you will see results, words count, muscles, weight loss, etc. And career belief would and pure beliefs about what you could do will shatter before your eyes. As long as you think small, you are going to be a juggernaut. The momentum you build and mindset shift that will take place will amaze you as it has me. Did you know that you are reading proof of mini habit? How did a chronically undisciplined guy write this book while writing 4,000 words article for his blog? I gave myself a small requirement, just write 50 words a day. In the first week I average about 1000 words. In the second week 15,000, 1500. In the third week 2000 words. Every week I wasn't trying harder, it was easier than before. I hope you can see the change I had with using mini habit. It's okay to get excited, but excitement won't sustain you. That will be your daily devotion to do the small thing in order to make the biggest difference in your life. If you are skeptical, this is fine to just give it a try and you will see. Point 7. Never think a step is too small. If you think a step is too small, you are approaching this from the wrong angle. Every big project is made of a small step, just like every organism is made from a microscopic cell. Taking small steps keeps you in control over your brain. Small steps are sometimes the only way to move forward. If you have weak willpower, learn to love them and you will see incredible result. Point 8. Put extra energy and ambition towards bonus reps, not a bigger requirement. If you are anxious to make big progress, pour that energy into a bonus reps. A bigger requirement look good on paper, but not only actions count. Be the person with embarrassing goals and impressive results instead of one of many people with impressive goals and embarrassing results. Final words. An optional modification in increase mini requirement incremental. Careful. There is a modified version of the mini habit system where you scale up your requirement gradually. I prefer not to do this because with a greater requirement you lose freedom, flexibility, and autonomy. I have never found the need to do this with my mini habit because the requirement only affects me when I meet the bare minimum, and on those days I'm happy the minimum is easy. The best reason for you to increase your requirement would be if you find yourself only meeting the minimum day after day. I would still give it at least a month before you try this. If you go a long time without doing extra beyond your easy commitment, then many habits might not be as effective for you as for others. Don't forget the safety net through it will still develop into a habit, and a small habit is relatively easy to scale up. If you work better with a rigid structure, it's something to consider, but until a behavior is a habit, it's risky to increase your requirement. If you do, I'll recommend doing it very gradually. Once you have a habit, you can experiment with higher requirements, such as my normal size gym requirement after 6 months of doing one push up daily. Since you are building off a strong base at that point and have built up your willpower. Bigger requirements are much more attainable. But again, I would be in no rush to do this if you are getting good results with your mini requirement. It may be that you need 60 days of meeting the bare minimum before you can leverage the habit. This is how it was with the reading. For me, as noted, day 57 is when I saw a big improvement. I first started with one push-up per day, and for about 6 months, I only did about 1 to 20 push-up daily. I also exercise at the gym occasionally, but to start, this was all I had to do. In late June, I changed my goal to drive to the gym 3 times per week. I'm not sure I could have done this to start with, maybe, but I know that doing the one push up challenge helped me build up myself. But I knew that doing the one push up challenge helped me to build up self discipline and willingness to exercise to make this leap easy. Apply this strategy elsewhere. Mini Habits is more than just a system to teach you how to develop healthy new habits. It's a guide for self control. Now you know how your brain works, why motivation fails, and how to manage your willpower to make it last. Use these techniques for any situation in which you want to take action. The better you get at mini habit, the more successful you will have in all areas of your life. That's all there is to say for now. I hope the end of this book is the new beginning of a very exciting mini habit journey for you. And I wish you very small success. I wish you very small success over and over and over and over and over again. Sincerely, Stephen Goose.